Hello everyone, hope you're well, awake, well rested, well caffeinated, have yourselves a good day / night. How do you do, peeps? I'm in dire need of a nap. Let me get this where there's better music for y'all to listen to instead of just hearing the weird droning going on in the background otherwise. But how do you do, peeps? How have you been? What have you been up to? Welcome, one and all. I am in dire need of the sleeps. I am super dire need of the sleeps. Like, holy Christ, but we're not sleeping yet. We're going to play some Splatoon. Let's go ahead and see all we have here listed today. We have Pug Izzy, we have Doo-Doo, we have Zach, we have Kami, we have Kyle. How are you doing, Kyle? Let's see. I leave tomorrow for 2 weeks out. Leave at 9 a.m. from the shop and have about an 8-hour drive to the hotel we're staying at. Jesus Christ, it's a long drive. It's like me driving out to Florida. But I hope that it goes well for you. I hope that everything like turns out well. I hope that you don't get overexhausted doing the work you do, because I know the work you do is very rough. How's it going, Azalea? How are you? I hope you're well. Hope you're having a good night. Welcome. I need a nap. I've already said that like repeatedly. That's just been it. I've been all over the place today. Lord help me, I've been all over the place today. Every time I turn around, I got something else I got to do today. Been working on Mario Kart. I got all the costumes. Been working on the NPC characters. The only way I know to unlock the NPC characters right now is through freaking to the Kamek thing, and it's completely random what you're going to get, or at least as far as I know. Like, I think like it kind of has to do with the level you're on. Like, if the enemy can spawn on the map, then I think maybe that has something to do with it. Or I may have just lucked out and gotten certain ones for certain times. So Ryan streams so you can have. But Ryan, you want to become like the ultimate pro Splatoon streamer? I believe you can. I believe you can do it. You want to do that, bud? He just looked at me and was like, no, Dad, I don't want to do that. He's like, how dare you think I could do that? That is not my repertoire of feathered things to do. But yes, and I'm shrinking because my chair likes to keep doing that. I need to get that part, fix it still. But yes, yep, space on location. So I gotta play them in certain locations and get certain creatures. GT, yes. So you do a salmon run today? I'm gonna do some salmon run. I'm gonna do some normal Splatoon as well. We're gonna do a little bit of both. I want to try out salmon run first because lag's always like one of the bigger issues with that. And we're gonna see if it does any better because I've been kind of experimenting around with Splatoon off stream. So, and I've seen a lot of differential and lag. I also got to see something else I need to test though, which we're gonna see about right now actually. Okay, so I've been seeing something to test. So like you see this, right? You can, boop, boop, wait, boop. Would help if I get it right. You can do that, right? I apparently need to test something. We're gonna see if it's still a thing. I'm testing the glitch. Yes, we absolutely have to test the glitch. Oh Jesus!
Dude of Jude says, these are Squid Kids, not pictures of Spider-Man.
I need to get the Splatoon set turned on. I don't know if it's turned on. It should be on. Does that mean that I remember to turn it back on? I've been having a day. I have not been home at all today. I had so much stuff that needed to get done today. And then so much went horrifically sideways, and that wasn't able to happen. So I have forgotten to do things that need to get done. Yeah, no, I have forgotten to turn that on. So we'll do this. Turn on the Splatoon set of cards. So we're gonna see if I can get this to work. Because there's apparently an interesting glitch. But so far from what I've seen, I've not gotten it to go off. But my timing might just be wrong with it. Because my timing's never been the best with squid rolling. But apparently there's a glitch for some people right now that if you hit the, if you go into your squid roll, which you need ink to do the basis of squid roll. If you go into your squid roll and you hit the ground and immediately try to, upon hitting the ground, do the squid roll, you'll apparently be able to keep going and bounce back. Essentially, you'll be able to squid roll without ink. I have not been able to successfully get this to go off though. I've tried it a couple times today and I've yet to get it to go off. But we'll try it in an actual match to see if it goes off. Or see if we can at least see somebody else who gets it to go off. As I said, me squid rolling is not the best. But we're also going to check like a couple other things. I want to go more in depth with testing it out. But before we do that, we are going to play some Samuel. One of their gear also contributed in some way. That could be true. Wait. That could be hyper true. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I was like, wait, I gotta check it out. It works! Oh my god, okay, so it was the gear. It was the gear. I forgot. I forgot. I wear Ninja Squid a lot. When you use Ninja Squid, you have a delay in your animation for going under. So like I completely forgot. I was like, wait a minute. Like, well, maybe it doesn't work for me. No, it didn't work for me because the gear I was using it. It's literally the gear. It's the gear. It's the gear. It's the gear. Don't use a Ninja Squid and it works. The Switch 2 feels smoother in gameplay. For a lot of games so far, yes. Like for one, Smash Brothers loads way faster. The way the gameplay itself feels the same. Splatoon seems to lag less. Which I've enjoyed in multiplayer. It's had less lag. which shows that it's not all the online services for that one, so that's a thing. So Splatoon seems to lag less. We're gonna test that harder in Salmon Run because there's way more on screen at a time. So there's way more ways for that to completely just lag out and mess up. Animal Crossing loads a lot faster. Like a lot of the older games load faster. They load faster and they stick at a higher frame rate consistently. Intensify action. I gotta remember what intensify action is. That would be, wait, where are my intensify action glasses? Yeah, that would be these. You can also do this now, which is ridiculous. The Oatmeal Dome's theory on this is that there's an issue with essentially the emulator that's running Splatoon 3 on the Switch 2. Honestly, I can see that because that is something that people need to remember is that the Switch 2 is emulating Switch 1 games, which I find ironic, but that's what it's doing. Hey, what is up, Alanna? How you been, friendo? Welcome back. It still takes some time to get used to doing it, but it seems like it does work. Jesus Christ. Nintendo's going to slap you with a fish for the halibut. But yeah, no, like that, honestly, it tracks and it makes sense to me that it would be done that way, that it would be the emulator that would be causing this issue. Because the emulator runs this shit faster than it does on the Switch. It's the only way they're actually able to make it run it the way that they do. Don't bonk me! Look at that, so that bonk is probably for the pun. What's up, Hoenn? How's it going? Yeah, how you doing, Alan? But yeah, no, I would definitely chalk it up to the emulation being the issue for that. Like it definitely seems like it would definitely be that. But yeah, no, to answer your question though, Azalea, I would say that yes, a lot of stuff runs smoother on here. Why? Because the hardware is faster. Now, I've been playing on this since it launched at midnight on the 5th. So I've had it for about 2 days. Okay, yay team, woohoo. I personally love the Switch so far, the Switch 2 so far. But I am going to go ahead and state a couple of things I'm learning and working through on this. First off, fun thing for everybody, I'm recording everything that I do with the Switch 2 right now. And I'm going to be doing kind of like a month-long review on it. Basically, a 30 days later, what we've learned about the Switch 2 video. Mainly because every other idea I've had to do for the Switch 2 so far has been done so heavily into the dirt that there's like no reason to post it. It'll get lost in the sea of stuff. The other one probably will too, but I do want to put my own personal opinion out there for you guys at least. But so far from what I'm seeing of the Switch 2, though I absolutely love the console. For me, the Switch 2 feels a lot like what a Switch Pro would be. What a very beefy Switch Pro. Kind of like when they went from the 3DS to the new 3DS, but a lot beefier. It feels like a Switch. It feels like a Switch. Like even like there's lots of cool stuff that happens like when you first cut on your Switch and you go into the opening menu and this, that, and the other, da, da, da. But a lot of it just feels like UI improvements. It feels like quality of life improvements. A lot of games that ran very slow on the Switch run the way they're supposed to now. It feels like just the Switch 1 has a mass upgrade. Part of this all contributes to the fact that for one, the Switch 2's main screen here is the Switch 1's main screen with maybe a few graphical differences. For the most part, This is the Switch 1's layout. If you know Switch 1, you know Switch 2. And there are a couple of differences. There are a couple of things that are added because of Switch 2. For the most part, it looks and acts like the Switch 1's. Most consoles, when they go from one console generation to the next, dramatically change up their UI. Been playing Mario Kart World, just unlocking things. There's so much new. Same. I have almost every costume unlocked so far. But a lot of this is pretty much the same. Like, a lot of it has gone unchanged. This is a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because at least it's something you know, it's easy to use, it's a good interface, so on and so forth. A lot of people that play on PC complain all the time when they go from like Windows 10 to Windows 11 and their UI changes. This is definitely me. Hello, Shiny Mew, how are you? Like I said, but I think the Switch 2 name is probably the better option for them to go with. Otherwise, potentially the Wii U marketing issue. Wait, what are we talking about? Are you talking about a reference like me saying it's basically like a Switch Pro? Bob, chill. I got asked a question, so I'm giving my opinion on it. That's what we do here. Plenty of saying it's basically Switch Pro, and that's what it is. Like, no, they absolutely need to name it to Switch 2. They absolutely need to name it to Switch 2. I'm not complaining. I'm not saying they should have named it to Switch Pro. They definitely need to call it Switch 2. There are a lot of things that this console can do that Switch 1 cannot. There are. This is what a Wii U incident again. Instead of calling it the Switch U. Yeah. It's like, I'm not saying it should have been named like the Switch Pro, but I'm telling you what it feels like from someone who's done these other things, from someone who's done these, who's played other console upgrades, other console updates, so on and so forth. After having my hands on it for a hot minute, which a hot minute's only 2 days, so take this with a grain of salt. I could completely change my mind in a month. One of my biggest complaints with the launch, just looking at it critically, is the fact that a lot of the games that I am getting for the Switch 2 are represses of Switch 1 games. Like, or older games, just older games in general, with a higher price tag. I mean, I've got like Zelda, I've got Bravely Default, I'm looking at getting Cyberpunk. They're all basically represses. They're just games that have already existed. Games I've already owned on other places. Now, granted, I'm willing to get the new ones because I want to replay them on the new console. I want to try them out. I want to show them to you guys, and I want to play them for myself. Just being real, like, I didn't get to beat Breath of the Wild when it came out on the original Switch. I haven't completed Cyberpunk on PC yet. I like it being portable. Adding HDR to Switch 1 games is a major risk. Oh, it is. That's what I'm saying. But that's the reasoning why I'm sitting here saying that this mostly feels like a Switch Pro as opposed to a Switch 2 right now is we've got 2 new games, and that would be Mario Kart World and Deltarune chapters 1 through 4, which we already had 1 and 2. We just didn't have 3 and 4, and that's kind of it right now. We're at that start of a console phase. We got a lot of games to play, but a lot of them are games we've already played before. I feel that once we get more games that are Switch 2 games, like when we get the new Metroid Prime, yes, it's getting a Switch 1 port, but it's still coming out as a Switch 2 title. Just like Breath of the Wild came out on the Wii U, it was still a Switch title. Everyone classified it as a Switch title, even though it was a Wii U title too. So when we get the new Metroid, and we get other new games, my opinion on that will probably change. So I'll get to see more of what the console can do. But if you're wanting my opinion on the console right now, it feels like a Switch Pro. It makes any Switch game you already own. If you already own a normal Switch and you're upgrading your games, it's going to feel like a night and day difference. Everything's smoother. Everything runs a lot faster. Everything plays smoother. Pokemon being the absolute biggest example of this. Pokemon ran like a nightmare on the Switch 1. It was laggy, it was glitchy, there was texture issues. Fuck, I fell through the floor once in Pokemon. Like Pokemon on Switch 1 was a disaster. It could drop to 10 frames per second. Playing Pokemon on Switch 2, I've not had that issue. It's gorgeous. Like, I didn't know Pokemon, like, I've been so just used to Pokemon running unoptimally since X and Y, which you know me, I love X and Y, but it has not run optimally on any console it's been on since X and Y. And Scarlet and Violet is the absolute worst offender of them all. It feels like it was not built for the Switch 1. It feels like it should have just waited and come out on the Switch 2, because it runs so much better. It's smooth, it's pretty, it plays easy, like it's a blast on it. Same thing with games like Fortnite. I've played Fortnite on Switch 1 versus Switch 2. I actually went back and did a side-by-side with Beezy showing that one off. And that's a dramatic change. Like, it's a night and day difference. So like with a lot of these, like Splatoon loads almost instantly when you do anything with it. Animal Crossing loads a million times faster. Smash loads a million times faster. Not only does that happen, but whenever you try to like select your different color outfits and shit, you remember how like it would take a full solid 10 seconds for it to actually pull up like your change of costume, like you just have a blank screen on it. That's instant. You can scroll across every character while holding the costume change button across every character, and it'll just rainbow menagerie all of them. Like it's hilarious, but it runs smoothly. If you have a ton of Switch titles, like if you're like me and you have like at least a decent digital library or physical library, like I have like a decent enough library of Switch games. Like if you have a decent enough library of Switch 1 games, this may be worth the upgrade just for that. Just for that. It does make me a little mad that like it didn't happen sooner. Jesus Christ. So I was doing a deep dive with the Switch 2. I'll update you with his findings. Please do. You can now see the cost of the Ultimate. Yes, you can. So like, if you're playing Switch 1 games, it's worth it if you have a ton of Switch 1 games. Like if you play a lot of Switch 1 games and you're wanting to upgrade, I like the upgrade. I don't like the price of said upgrade for it just being a souped up Switch 1, but yet again, we're going to feel that way until we get more Switch 2 titles, which is the reason why I'm going to wait until about a month, because we'll have more games by the end of this month and by the start of next month. So around that time frame, after I've put a couple more actual Switch 2 titles under my belt, I'm probably going to give my opinion on this is probably going to change. And if the Switch 2 titles play the way they look like they play, it'll be phenomenal. Like, I'm loving Mario Kart World, and there's no way that the Switch 1 could handle doing anything that Mario Kart World does. So like, Mario Kart World is phenomenal, but right now it's my only point of reference. Also, hello Nettie, how are you? Sorry, I'm sitting here ranting and rambling. No more shiny. What game system is this? This one is the Switch 2. Now, graphically, there are going to be differences. There's not going to be like tons of differences for what you're going to see on any streamer's content, unless they're using a souped up like 4K graphics card, which I'm not using because that's super duper expensive. But a lot of like the lines and edges of characters and their surroundings is a lot smoother. But watching it through like a streamer like me, you're not going to see a lot of difference in like how it looks graphically. I remember Vic saying something about how Mario Kart World was in development before Splatoon 2. Mario Kart World has been in development for 8 years. They've been working on that game for a long time. And it shows. It shows in so many ways. So you enjoyed the clips I got? Yes, yes I did. Mario Kart World flows so smoothly in and out of most menus. It does. It absolutely does. And like I love like I love the tour transitions when you're going from one map to another and watching how flawlessly like the areas and everything change. Like it's not Minecraft where you walk from one biome where it's sunny and the next it's full of snow. No, things gradually change and I like how they do that. It's like they do stuff and it looks natural, it flows easily. Like in the Switch 2 so far is great with that. In any Switch 1 title I've played on this so far, which I've gone through, been testing a lot. I haven't slept much since this system dropped because I'm so wanting to test everything that I've currently got under my belt. So I've played Scott Pilgrim, And on it runs a lot smoother, which that game already ran smooth, pretty smooth, but it had glitches and issues that it doesn't seem to have now. Super Mario RPG, phenomenal. Absolutely love playing that on here. Everything loads faster. The fight system seems to run smoother, and perfect guarding seems easier because the game seems more responsive. So I like that. Pokemon Arceus looks fucking phenomenal. We're going back to Pokemon Arceus very soon. It has gotten so much smoother. Oh my god, that game's just phenomenal. Even playing one that like a lot of you guys haven't played. Y'all know me. I play a lot of monster capture games. Playing Digimon Cyber Sleuth runs a lot smoother. It doesn't fix the translation errors in that game, but that's not Nintendo's fault. I also have a game. I have Tears of the Kingdom, and I have its Switch 1 version of Tears of the Kingdom that I'm going to test it as its normal variation versus its upgraded variation before I play it, just to kind of see the differences in how it runs. I'm also probably going to stream both the original Switch version, like put it in my original Switch and show it off, and then update it to the Switch 2 to see how they differ. Just to give y'all a little more in-depth from what little I've seen on it, because I'm still trying to avoid spoilers in that game, but from what little I've seen on it just by watching some people just like roam the world on it, though, it seems a lot smoother. And that's what you're going to get with this. Like, if you're getting it for an upgrade to your Switch 1, that's one of the, I will currently say right now, as of right now, that's the best reason to get it. The most optimal reason I can give, I've already said this on several Discord chats and to several people who've been asking me, should they get it? My key reasonings for people to get this, I've even got these already pulled up, so give me a second, go ahead and pull that back up. Boop. Okay. So, piece I would suggest this for would be content creators who have mostly Nintendo-based audience wanting the newest thing to play with the audience members that got it at launch. That's mostly the category where I fall in on this one. Piece of the decent Switch 1 library that want to boost performance by a big chunk. This is a lot of people in my current audience. If you're wanting a like massive, like I can't understate that enough. It is a massive performance boost. Like, this isn't like going from PS4 to PS5. This is more like going from like PS3 to PS5. It's a massive performance boost in how much faster it's going to go. So like if you're wanting it for its performance boost, go for it. This applies to people that do play on television, but this also applies to anybody that plays in handheld mode. If you're playing in handheld mode, the performance boost to this is even more noticeable. Like, holy fuck, I can't play Splatoon 3 on my Switch 1 in handheld mode. I can't. I have to tabletop mode it at the very least, and even then, it's not fun for me. This may not be for everybody, but for me, playing that in handheld mode on the Switch 1 is not fun. But I've been playing the shit out of Splatoon on the couch on the Switch 2 because I've had no issue with it. Like, it just feels like it's supposed to run that way. It feels normal now. It runs right. It doesn't lag. So, like, if you want handheld experience, it's also dramatic. Like, that, it's even bigger to note the difference in handheld mode. Then, anyone who's in a competitive space for Splatoon or Smash. Why? Because it loads faster and there's less lag time from what I've seen so far. From what I've seen from playing it myself, less lag. That's a big deal. I could actually see for Smash tournaments, the Switch 2 making some maps that just are way more animated. Don't have anything really going on the map, just the background, the map's so animated that it can cause lag in a Smash tournament to where they don't allow the maps in the Smash tournament. I could see certain maps actually finally being allowed in Smash tournaments because of the Switch 2. Like, easily. And no, Doug, I did not miss when you came in. I'm going on a ranting tangent about what we're talking about here. It's like I did miss you. It's just I'm going on about all this right now. but there's still more here. If you're in competitive for Splatoon or Smash, I would advise, I would say that, especially if you're in competitive enough where you're making money playing those games, this may be worth the investment. I would definitely say it could be worth the investment, especially if you're making money with the games. It could be worth the investment. Then I would also say for anyone who just wants to test new hardware, I've had peeps that wanted to test new hardware as well as old hardware. I've got a few friends that have things like the MIG switch, which for people that don't know what that is, it's the cartridge that you could input a shit ton of cartridges on. Essentially think of like the R4 unit or the Cyclo DS for the DS systems. There have been people that they want to test it. They want to test it and push it to its limits. You want to test a console? Well, starting when the console launches is the best time to test out a console for its weaknesses and what it can and cannot do. I know there's a lot of people who are like, oh, no, hack the Switch too. But the best time to try to do any of that shit is when it launches. That's the best time to try that shit. So if you want to try that, this is also the time to get it. Your time is now. So there are several reasons to look into getting it. Now, will I say it's for everybody? No, it's got a $500 fucking price tag. So, for one, if you're budget conscious, maybe worth a wait right now. If you don't have a lot of Switch 1 titles, if you've barely played the Switch 1 and you haven't really cared about the Switch 1 games when they came out, you're not going to care about them now, you're not going to want it now. I know everyone's like the FOMO feeling of it's brand new, I must play it now, but if you don't have a lot of Switch 1 titles and you like don't have a decent library to move over to it, it may still be time to wait. Wait till there's more stuff out. Wait till something calls you to the system. That kind of type deal. There's tons of people I could easily say this wouldn't be a console for. Be people that don't want to spend the money. Fuck, you don't want to spend the money or you don't like the price of it, vote with your wallet. Don't buy it right now. But that's just it. Vote with your wallet. Nintendo listens to that shit. Yeah, I know they're under new management now. They still listen to that shit. Two, if your whole thing is you've never played on a Switch console and you're kind of like, hey, I want to play on the best of the best. This is the best of the best, but if you don't already have a ton of Switch games, maybe wait for a price drop. Price drop would be good. So the mid switch is just a backup device that can't run any homebrew versus stuff like R4 that good. Yeah, but Shaman, I love you to death. You know exactly what most people bought it for. You know what most people bought it for. It was the closest reference I had for peeps to understand what a MIG switch is. And people have tested a MIG switch because there was people online saying, oh, Nintendo's going through and banning your consoles because the MIG switch is a thing. If you put it in there, they're going to ban your console and then they're going to immediately demand you pay like a reparation fee because you killed the console. No, they're not. You know what happens when you put a MIG switch in it? It tells you it can't run. It can't run the game. That's what it tells you. The Switch still lives. They're also not hunting you down. There's like all that came before the end was like, oh, I know a guy, trust me, bro, that hacked. I know 3 people that hacked their systems, and each one of them that got it early and hacked their system somehow got banned, and Nintendo started yelling at them. No, that's bullshit. That's like when your little friend at the playground said, my dad works for Nintendo. That's bullshit. No, they didn't. So no. Price drop won't happen. Still hasn't for the Switch 1. I know it hasn't for the Switch 1, but the reason why it hasn't for the Switch 1 is because the Switch 1 sold like hotcakes. It sold like hotcakes. It sold like hotcakes the entire way through. Each version of it sold well and keeps selling well. Hell, it's still selling well enough. That's why they had no reason for a price drop on that. But other consoles have had price drops. The Wii, the Wii U, the 3DS, they all had price drops. The Wii didn't have a price drop until like they stopped selling as well. The Wii U took decent price drops. The 3DS took decent price drops. The Switch 2 will take a price drop if sales dip. If sales dip, Nintendo will drop the price on it. Nintendo also has a reason to possibly do that, and I'm not saying that they will. They have a reason to possibly do that, not only because, hey, like, if it doesn't sell well enough right now, it's selling well. But if it dips, if sales prices dip, if sales dip, then the price will dip, because that's just how it works. But they have another reason now. we have something that's kind of shocked everybody, that's kind of come out of left field, that may also encourage Nintendo to possibly drop Switch prices, because it could affect Switch sales. It's not going to affect them as much as a lot of people are saying, but if it affects it enough, it could eventually cause a price drop, and that being that PlayStation just announced a shit ton of price drops on controllers and different variations of their console. That's a pretty big deal. If that does well for PlayStation, like if that increases sales dramatically for PlayStation, which it might, don't know, it might, it very well possibly could, it should, but maybe too late in the game, we don't know. But if that does well for Sony, Nintendo will recognize that and will probably drop price. It won't drop anywhere near as much as people want it to. It'll probably drop like by $50. That's what'll happen to it. But that could happen. So you have stuff like that. So you have stuff like that could affect it, as well as if sales dip for the Switch 2. These things could drop price. There are factors that could affect a price drop. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be like a $100 price drop, because a lot of people are like, oh, if it takes a price drop, it's going to be a $100 price drop. It's not even going to be that much. It'll at max, if it gets a price drop, it'll be $50. It'll be a $50 price drop. I can guarantee you that. That's what it's going to be. They won't drop it by 100 like a lot of people want. There's no way they could afford to do that. They don't make enough on it right now as is to do that. But a $50 price drop could be in its future. But two things have to happen. One, its sales have to drop, which right now they're steady. Two, the other console, PlayStation, dropping in pricing could affect it. If it starts to really outshine Switch 2 sales, then yeah, Nintendo will listen to that. They've done stuff like that in the past. All the gaming companies do stuff like that in the past. You gotta kind of watch the market for that one. But price drops can also be inferred to in other ways. It could just be the fact that you just get a better bundle with the Switch. Switch has done this. Switch has done this before. They've done, like, the Switch 1 did better bundles to better encourage people to buy the console. It would still say the same price, but it would have a better game with it, would have additional controllers, so on and so forth. Usually it's happened during holidays or events, mind you, they're special occasions. But they've been known to, like, instead of dropping the price, they add something to it to make it more worthwhile. Came out at a price a lot of people thought was too high. Early 3DS sales weren't great, partly due to price. Partly due to price and partly due to the game library at launch. The game library at launch for the 3DS was ass. It was like 4 games, and I owned all 4 of them. Because it was like Nintendogs, Asphalt 3D, Steel Diver, and one other for the 3DS at launch. It had like one of the worst launches in all of Nintendo history, because it had like no games and the price was insanely high for the time frame for what it was. Early 3DS sales weren't great, partly due to price. Price drop happened fairly quick. It was about 6 months in. Price drop was like 6 to 8 months in, I think, if I remember correctly, is when that happened. And they dropped it by a decent margin. So you touched Deltarune yet? I'm going to start it on Tuesday, because we're going to start from the very beginning on Deltarune. Early adopters got extra stuff to make things sting less, but not guaranteeing that'll happen again. If we do get a Switch price drop, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. People that adopted it early are not going to get anything special in that. Like, I can go ahead and tell you that we're not going to get any special toys out of that. And you know what? I knew that going into this. I knew that going into this, that part's not going to hurt me any. Chapter 1? Yep, we're going to start from Chapter 1 on Deltarune. Password's 8008 because I'm 5. Gonna go for all eggs. in Deltarune. I'm going to try to 100% Deltarune. We have Nettie! We have Anth! And we got Mew! All right, before I hit the OK on this, let me go ahead and catch up. Show 300 cards to my Switch 2. All have improved gameplay. I have had one that I didn't see any difference, good or bad, in. And that was Wonderful 101. But Wonderful 101 ran like it was supposed to on the Switch, on the regular Switch. So that's not a big deal to me. But that's been the only one I've seen like have like no change. Something swing on the word disc. I will check it out in a bit. I have a bucket. We got full fast out. It did. What's up, buddy? Almost forgot how to cut that thing. Oh, closed out too early. You miss. Oh, no dudes! No dudes! Not the little dudes! Yeet! Oh, I don't know if he can yeet. Yeet! Go away! Yeet! Yeet! But yes, I've noticed massive improvements. There are plenty of reasons to get one, but I can also say, as of right now, that's the launch of a console. I would say it's for the launch of almost any console, except for the PS5 when it came out, except for the PS4 when it came out. There's plenty of reasons to hold off, maybe give it some time. Oh, I'm dead. I was gonna go there. Are you using a Switch 2 Pro controller? I can't afford that shit. No, I'm using a Switch 1 Pro controller. Okay, it's drowning me out. This one shouldn't be drowning me out as bad. We'll turn that down, and that should help. If you want to get it, if not, it's all good. What gets me is all the people being salty about people buying it. And see, that personally gets me too. It's like, if you want to get it, get it. Like, I mean, hell, the only reasoning, like, I'm giving what my personal reasons would be to get one, and for the people I think it would be beneficial for the most. But if you want to get it just because it's a shiny new fucking thing and you want it, get it. If you can afford it and you want it, just fucking get it and enjoy it. Oh, I'm so bad with this weapon. Like, if you want the console, if you're a Nintendo fan, you want the console. Doesn't matter if the motion controls are better with it. It's $80. It's $90. I cannot afford $90. Yeet. Yeet. Break. Ow. Latency's down on the Switch 2, so we literally were forced to pay to reduce lag Nintendo calls with Nintendo Switch Online. Well, see, what I'm learning with it is a lot of it isn't just Nintendo Switch Online. A lot of it has been the hardware that a lot of this stuff's been running on. Because, like, the games are having, like, better are more responsive regardless if they're online or not. It's not just Splatoon. God, dog it. Please somebody handle the fly fish. Yeah, I'm in the point where I was kind of lucky to get what I had with this. Oh. Jesus. We're not gonna get the eggs. Okay, I know it's been a while since we all played, but we can do this. GG. I just dropped my entire rank. Okay. Dude was talking about Switch 2 PC feels better compared to Switch 1 PC when you use Pro Controller. Okay. So, and I get that. So I get that. It's still like expensive. I still can't do that right now. It's like I've heard nothing but great things about the Switch 2's Pro Controller. It looks great. According to most people, it feels great. According to people, like the actual product feels way more premium, and that the motion controls are great. But like I cannot speak on that because I've not tried it, and I can't try it. I cannot afford to try it right now. If you're gonna grab a snack, like, drop out of the room. Official pay-to-win thing about the lag. I don't know why one would describe it that way. It sounds really disingenuous. So latency is down on Switch 2, so we literally were forced to pay to reduce the lag on the Switch caused. Well, no, see, that's just it. When it comes down to it, what's reduced the lag is it's on better hardware. This is going to have, like, that's kind of like, okay, Aaron, you play games on PC. You play games on PC. If you have a better PC than your opponent, if you have a better PC than your opponent, your frame rate's higher and this, that, and the other, you can be more accurate and do a lot more stuff against somebody on PC, right? It's the same thing with the Switch 2 versus Switch 1. It's beefed up hardware. It's going to run better. It's going to run smoother. Because of this, because it runs better, bigger, badder, and smoother, because it's a newer console with newer tech and stuff like that, of course, it is going to run better. It's not... Yes, you are like if you're buying it just for Splatoon 3 just so it runs smooth, then yeah, you are buying it. You are doing a pay-to-win tactic on that. But like that would be like literally if that was the only reasoning why you bought it. Like when it comes down to it, like anytime you upgrade any kind of hardware, like if you went from a PS4 to a PS5 and you're still playing Overwatch. Say you're playing Overwatch on a PS4. You're also playing Overwatch on a PS5. The PS5 console is going to outperform the PS4, and its version of the game is still going to outperform the PS4. But guess what? That console can play against Switch 2. It can play against PC, Xbox, and PS4. And that PS5 can play against everything. That's not pay to win at that point. That's just you got a better console. If you want to really argue it, technically upgrading anything at any point in time could be pay to win. You bought a Pro Controller versus Joy-Cons. Well, that's a better control scheme. So I guess that's pay to win. You bought a PS4 to keep playing Overwatch. versus when you played on the Switch. Well, that's an upgrade in hardware. So, guess that's pay to win. Wait, you went from the PS4 to the PC. And you didn't just go for a small PC. You went for the PC with all the bells and whistles. It can now do everything under the sun. I guess you're paying to win at Overwatch. Like, that's just it. Like, it's going to literally just be... There's going to be differences in hardware. There's always going to be differences in hardware. Like, that's like people saying, oh, they did this and this and this, and they're just making this a pay to win thingy. Hello, awesome Jess, how are you? If you're saying they're just doing this for a pay to win aspect, then like you need to be saying that for almost any cross-platform game. Say that for Fortnite. Say that for Fortnite. You bought a better phone. Well, this phone does better than the other phone. My Fortnite game runs better now. I am now playing Fortnite on the Switch. Well, it does better than my phone. Yay, I paid to win again. Wait, Fortnite does better on the Switch too. I paid to win again. Wait, it does better on the PS5 Pro. I paid to win again. Oh, it does even better on the PC. Wait, I paid to win again. Like, that argument is it's flawed. That thought process is flawed. It's better hardware. Of course, the game's supposed to work better on it. Don't get me started on the fact that no PC is the same, right? Like, so for that's, I'm sorry. Aaron, you're my buddy. You're my friend, but that logic on this one is flawed. It is dramatically flawed. Don't bonk me. I'm gonna have to break lobby because Shiny Mew went to go grab a snack and didn't log out of the lobby. Add more memory to a computer. Clearly paid to win. So Shiny Mew, if you heard me earlier, you are more than welcome to join back in, but join in after you're done eating, because like, you can't, like, stop the game. I'm gonna rebuild up the room so we can have a 4-man lobby again. Okay. All right, everyone who's in can join again if they want to. No problem. $8,008. So I play Salmon Run. Well, we're testing things out on the Switch 2 and Salmon Run first before we jump into the normal game. We will do normal game later on in the day, but we're starting off with Salmon Run because Salmon Run is where the most enemies spawn. It's a good stress test. You know, when someone shows so many signs of being on the spectrum despite not being diagnosed, you can't help but wonder how they went undiagnosed? Yes, I see it often. I'm enjoying Splatoon 3 on my Switch 2 Mario Kart bundle. Hells yeah! About to be so rusty. Don't feel bad. Like, I haven't played... Lord, I couldn't remember the last time I played Salmon Run. But I want to test out how... I want to test it out with a ton of enemies on the screen because, like, this on Splatoon 3, this is where I always got the most lag, was in Salmon Run. And I hated playing Salmon Run because not only am I bad at it, but the lag made me worse at it. Sorry, I thought I pushed your button. Leave. It's all good. Just rejoin after you're done with your snack. It's all good. Just join after snack. I got a bucket. Friend who also on the spectrum said I am most likely on the spectrum. And see, you'll hear that kind of stuff a lot, especially if you got friends that are on the spectrum. They'll probably tell you that. I will say this. No matter how many times you have someone say, hey, you might be, it's always better to, like, it's good to, like, have, like, kind of a ground basis. That's no lie. But, like, nothing will ever beat, like, an actual diagnosis. because like getting an actual diagnosis means that you can get assistance, help, and all sorts of other things for that kind of thing. It's like when it comes to that kind of stuff, like self-diagnosis is good for saying, hey, this may be a thing I should get looked at. But once you've gotten to that point of, hey, this might be something that should get looked at, you should probably get looked at it if it is a concern. Whoop, Inky! Have a snack. Yep. Boink. Let's cover some of this in some pink. Inky things. Oh, hi, buddy. Oh, thank you for whoever actually got that. Ooh, I appreciate. Merry Yeemus. I missed. Oh, it's a lot of little dudes. Well, it's actually a lot of medium-sized dudes, but still. Eep, 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 eep. Last egg! Ha! I just say it alive! GG! Let's try to catch up some more. Something I guess I'll check it again in a minute. Alright, I'm a roller this time. I'm a carbon roller, which means I'm fast. I didn't mean to fall there, but you know, it still worked out. Bonk. Yeet. Yeet. Oink. Yeet. Ow, 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 ow. Bigger pain. Eep, 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 eep. Netty. I can't run these little dudes. Eep. Egg. Focus eggs, focus eggs, focus eggs, focus eggs. Focus eggs. I'm dead, still focus eggs. Oh, it's about to rain here. Eep. Damn. I tried. Shortly with my discussion post for psychology. Oh? I may go see someone to make sure. I mean, I would definitely go see someone to make sure. Like, absolutely. Jesus, I'm dropping by so much. What the hell? Why am I taking such mass dunks? I think last time I did Salmon Run was the Grand Fist. Jesus. Got just different controller layout version the one I was playing with before. See, for me, that's the reason why I went back to this. Like, I have other controllers I like to use. Like, I have like my Artemis Prime controller I like to use, but like we're not using this for that. I haven't tested enough with Splatoon to be like, yeah, this is gonna be optimal. Not for Salmon Run. Might do it for like normal Splatoon in a minute. And there are a lot of great improvements so far with the Switch too. Like one I've gotten to see. Here's a good way to test it. If you got a Switch and for some reason you are not a part of my friends list, because I get to test this now, send a friend request. Because there's a new feature that I have yet to be able to test. Switch point FC. Also, I put it in the right chat. Shaman, launch friend code protocol. a lot of eggs over here. Get them. There are eggs on the ground. There's not eggs on your back. If there's eggs on the ground, fix it. Jesus. We've got more than enough eggs on the ground. Why did I pick up that egg? Where'd that egg go? We need one more egg! Yes, I did watch the second season of Solo Leveling.
Don't believe in yourself.
Jesus!
Huh? Believe in me.
GG.
Believe in a Kamina who believes in you.
It's about the NACE career readiness competencies. Jesus Christ! Why is that dropping so much more than normal? This competencies is my strength and why, and explaining other things and blah. That sounds like a lot of blah. That's not making sense to me why it's so dramatic. That was an amazing fight. But because I'm enjoying the anime, I'm avoiding the manga right now, or the manhwa in that case. He was right on the line. Hate these little dudes. Egg. Oh, I know I can make that jump. Egg. Bastard! We can get to the lobby. We'll probably do a room reset after this one. Little griblets indeed! Revisit Tower Hell same? Yo, he's going to. He's gonna have to. Oh, I got this again. This is bad for me. Yeet. 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 there's enemies. And the inky. Anyone plays Hydra. Which isn't Hydra, I know, but like I'm just not good at any of these types of weapons. Forget about Discord. We get this at the same time. Work. Hello to the coal. Ow. Then we'll mark our world. Thank you. Quit knocking me around. I can't get back to those eggs. There's eggs over there. There's eggs over here. I can't get up there because there's too much green ink. GG. Oof. That's why we play in long bursts. Now I get that. Could have any of the sins of Digimon's as partner, who would you choose? Honestly, that's a good question. And we were eating. I'm not familiar
Aren't
with
you going to help too?
No.
Isn't it because you're old?
Gotta do the good old days. Grayscale it is. Where is it? It's in display. Duh. Do we not have the grayscale option anymore? Display colors, there we go. It's an accessibility. I want to remember that. All right, but it doesn't seem to lag with it, so we're going to... No, they just moved it. They moved it. All right, so we're gonna go and do the wacky smacky. But no, the one I am most familiar with is oh fuck, what's his name? The crocodile, the big giant fucking crocodile, Leviathan, and Leviathan, Lucimon, and Lilithmon, which I would probably choose either Lilithmon or Leviathan. It's gonna suck. Back in my day, you had to wait for games to load up, and it always took a full 30 seconds for any game would ever get loaded up. You whippersnappers got it pretty damn easy. Clear designs other than giant person. I mean, there's still giant person for a few of them. Go for the job. I wouldn't get it back in the wall. Give him the good old grandpappy wacky smacky. Thinking they Goku or something. Whenever people ask me to charge a boogie bomb, I ain't charging it with my energy. No, I'm charging it with my oxygen tank. And you're not doing nothing is the fast way to get reported. got nothing. So I don't know how much of a GG will be. Back with the rounds that you were missing dropped a lot of points. So normal to me for what Salmon Run is supposed to do, but we usually clear wave 1, so that might be part of it. Wait, what? Oh, dropped a lot of points by my rank. I was like, sort of thinking, like, for the most part, it went fine. I'll see if it kills the room when I go back to normal colors, because it likes to do that a lot. See if that's improved. Nope, that's still... That's Nintendo Switch Online for you. But that's good to know. Sorry for everyone who tried to join that match right quick. It's like, oh, you changed the thing? Nope. So did Iframon give anyone else nightmares? No, but he was creepy as all get out, I won't lie. Let's see. The talk try did Omegamon justice. Bro was even more impressive than his default appearance. I mean, I think he was pretty good in that. The Inframon being the reason Omegamon was needed, and for all those comments from all the other kids forming one big digi-egg. Oh. But Inframon didn't give me nightmares, but Inframon, I will admit, Digimon-wise, was really creepy, but I've always had a love for Inframon because he was creepy. Like, he gotta help, like, kind of start my love for creepy-looking Digimon. Him, Phantomon, and Pumpkinmon. Enough. What's up, Midna? Burning Ace Wizard. Well, we have far less lag in Salmon Run, which was a big improvement. At least I did. Surprised I lived through all that. God, this Andrew person on our team again. Seem to be doing more this time. Somehow the blue bomb didn't break his shielding there. Rough. GG! What was flagged? Something was flagged? Let's see. Let's forget Modusmon's OO intro with him drinking from that lady. Right? What's this? They have a moment that's similar to that in Digimon Ghost game. Like, they kind of have a callback to that that's just like, what the fuck just happened? Should change my weapon. We have Nettie and Owen! I'm gonna die. Something interesting we have been able to notice with Switch 2 users versus Switch 1 users with Splatoon, the way I'm not good at making it happen, is you can actually squid roll out of ink onto ground that's not inked and still continue to squid roll, which should not be possible. We're betting that's going to get patched soon. Tried it too early. Got him. Oof. My comments being checked by mods. Have to check it in a second. That's flagged. Look at what you called Aderan. It's like, I know what you meant, but anyone that doesn't know Digimon, that's not what that means. Hi, Nettie. No, that very easily got flagged. It's like, I get it. I'm a Digimon fan. I easily know exactly what you meant. If you're not a Digimon fan, that doesn't mean what you think it means. Ow. Ain't the wrong person. Shouldn't be paying attention where Doug was. Aderan covered in cables. Honestly, probably Aderan to me. Like, covering anything in cables is creepier to me, but it's a lot creepier to me now than it used to be when I was a kid. Because of an ever-returning nightmare I have from back when my grandfather was in the hospital. When my grandfather was in the hospital at the end of his life, GG! As well as, sadly, with my dad, I have reoccurring nightmares from both of them. Both of them were covered in tubes and cables at the end of their lives. And it was pretty hellish. GG's. So seeing that in like Digimon, it's also very creepy to me. Alright. It is actually not we're gonna go back to the coat we were just wearing because I like that coat for this one. We're gonna go for these shoes. Do that. But yes, GG's all around. Harmless compared to other villains like Ogremon 2. Cupid's. Oh, the animation froze. Why? Because it's the first animation I played tonight. Okay, so we're going to shoot them with our. Oh, which one is this one? What weapon is this? Oh, this is the 52 gallon. We're going to smash it with the 52 gallon enter 5,000. We're going to hit them with the rain shield. We're going to hit them with the blast. We're going to just knock them down. And it's time for the wacky smack. Go for the wacky smack by minions. Even though I know I don't actually have minions because I'm not Groot. How dare you give an evil laugh to the doctor? Note to self, putting a splash wall on top of a fan is not a great idea when you're trying to protect yourself. Kill me with that spruce matter. I don't think Dan would be very proud of my voice. I said fuck way too much. I think he would probably ask me to kindly stop doing that. You quite a snudge by stud muffin. I see those little noodly arms of yours because, I mean, you don't even have the bones in your arms to sustain to obtain the muscle structure which you would need to be what we would call a stud. And you're not round enough to be a muffin either. Well, hello to Nettie! I swear to God, I'm going to shoot this stud muffin in the face with this ink blasting gun. It's gonna go kaplooey, they're gonna go splat, and I'm going to be happy about it. God no! Or Nutty is just going to punch me in the face. It's going to be fine. I'm going to be okay. And then also it's going to be, here comes a giant face of blood. I'm going to die. It'll be okay. GG. Jesus Christ. No, I have watched a lot of Dan Pavmar on YouTube. He's one of my favorite content creators. It is honest, like, he is such a good person that it is honestly why I pray to God he never finds my content. Because he will look at it and it'll just be shame. It'll be like, just like when your dad comes in and is ashamed of you. That's what it's gonna be. He's gonna be like, how could you do this to my Doofenshmirtz? And I'm just gonna be like, oh, I made him sad. And then I'm gonna feel bad about it. So he's not gonna be mad. He's just gonna be disappointed. I'm gonna be sad because I made Dan Povenmire disappointed. I did so bad there. I'm like, what is up with me? Seems like every time I turned around, I was getting sniped. That sniper was good. I'll give him that. Doof may have been a pretty bad villain, but he was one hell of a father. He was! But no, like, Dan Povenmire is probably one of my favorite, like, probably one of my favorite people in all of content creation. Not just like on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok and all that other good shit, but also like just like in general, like from the cartoons he's made, animations he's worked on, and like just how like personable he is to everybody. They worked on Family Guy and Rocko's Modern Life. I don't think he would mind your jokes. I mean, that is true! Oh my god, there's so many lasers of death! Well, you're not wrong, it's nice. Yes, he did work on both of those. But no, like, I don't have a long bucket list of people, like famous people I want to meet, but Dan Povenmire's at the very top of that list. Like, my top two people for the longest time were Satoru Iwata, which has sadly passed away, and Dan Povenmire. Those, like, my two, like, I have to meet them people in sometime in my lifetime. I sadly didn't get to meet one, but I hope I get to meet the other. I don't know if that'll ever come to pass, but it is something I would pray to do. It's almost all stringers. Okay. Stan and Brendan Lee Mulligan. That name sounds familiar. Jeebus. GG. Does D&D, I think, for college. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh. Nettie, was it you I was chasing the whole time, so I got chased away by the other stringer? I was like, I will get there. I will get there. I'm gonna get there. Then I got chased up by another stringer. I was like, shit. Have to retreat. Have to turn the hell around. And then I was on the back foot, just like every time I turned around, something was blowing up. I meant to change my gun. I didn't do it again. Would also like to meet Markiplier and Jacksepticeye because they were a huge part of my middle and high school life. Honestly, I would really like to meet both of them too because they were a big inspiration for a lot of the stuff that I did starting off of my channel and for a lot of the principles I hold today. But damn, I cannot believe I did that. I tried to backspin and it did not work for me. Chasing me, he should have. Yep. Ooh, run. So maybe I'm be behind him. Ooh, it was close for him. Ooh. Jesus. One level went out with a disappointment, Mr. Rogers. Right! Jesus. I could not stay alive. GG. Oi. Alright, I definitely gotta swap things around because Jesus Christ. I'm just getting ate alive. I can't turn around without getting shot to bits. Ooh. So whenever generally said to me that I wasn't being the person Mr. Rogers knew I could be, I think I'd cry on the spot. Right? So if I were to hear that, I'd just be like, well, that's it. It's time for a whole life change at that point. Like, that would just hit at my core. You know, your team, you're safe from daddy behavior. Well, I'll be getting sniped by Hoenn, getting slapped to hell and back by Doug, or booyah bombed by you. Like it was like the whole team knew where I was anytime I hit the ground. I was like, well, I'm dead. I have target slapped to my forehead. Why am I getting bombed now? So should be knowing Bob Ross was a drill sergeant before his show. That trips me out. Like, I didn't believe that when I first heard it. I thought that was like some kind of like just Hollywood rumor for a long time. Jesus! Jesus. I can't even spot in. See, it was for a prize being called a maggot by him, then relaxing to him later in life with happy little accidents. Jesus. GG. When you think about how angry a drill sergeant has to sound to strike fear into trainees, it makes sense that after a while it just leaves you super chill. Well, see, I'm related to a few drill sergeants. I've never seen any of them go calm, like ever. I did so bad. Why am I doing so bad? I need to figure out what I'm doing wrong. Yeah, like legit, I've never seen one go calm. Like Bob Ross was like some weird exception to the rule. To the sawing thing? Saws? Wait, what? same people in our lobbies over and over too. It's kind of weird. So it's not showing them in like the join thing, it's just got them right there. Ow. Tell us red, gamer man. Tell us your thoughts and views. Wasn't who I was aiming for, but we'll take it. Ow. I've had more to drink today than she has all last month and this month combined. We're talking about... Nope. Back. Does anyone want to see a Dynamo main take a crash course in motion controls while slightly tipsy? I mean, yeah, like, maybe you'll be like me. I get like far better at games when I'm buzzed for some reason. I get far better at games. I just don't. If I'm drunk, I'm like a savant at whatever game I play. GG. I didn't know you drank, Kami. And like this, I have recipes to send you depending on what you drink. I did far better that time. I don't know why I did, but I did. Kami's had more to drink today than she's had all last month and this month combined. Are we celebrating, or did you find something new to try out? Not a lot, honestly. I've had one simply spiked lemonade and I'm feeling silly. Ah, gotcha. Reminds me to get more rum chata. So I'm completely out. I just not drink often, so it's an easy comment to make. See, that's what I was assuming. See, I have like one good solid drink probably a month. Sometimes more depending on what I've got going on and like what I have. Like if I have rum chata in the kitchen, that becomes a little bit of a different story because I like rum chata. That's like my drink of choice. So if I have that, we'll have about like one every other day. Oh, that's a lot of death. Ooh. I thought I just killed someone that was Hoenn. There's someone who's dressed a lot like Hoenn in this game. It's been in the last few rounds. That's death. GG! I don't know what's scarier. Kami without motion controls or Kami with motion controls, because Kami with motion controls, I have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen. I'm usually going to die. Kami with motion controls, I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm probably going to die. There's paint everywhere. GG. There's paint everywhere, which means there's nowhere to run away. It's like, you're going to stand and take this fight. You thought you had an escape route that way? No, you don't. I handle alcohol more than my husband. I handle my alcohol pretty good. Like, I've had, like, pretty heavy amounts of alcohol. The most alcohol I've ever had on stream was during one of my earlier Smash streams, and I went through almost an entire bottle of Fireball in a very short amount of time. That was an interesting day, because when I finally just like let myself go and just went with it, that's when I learned I could play Rob. 1 sec. Was moving when I needed it to not move. Whoop. Great question for my class. What would be that great question? Well, that's bad for me. Ow. GG! Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button on your life? GG! I'd be so dizzy. I could understand that. worth. All right, I gotta break room for just a second. Everybody will be allowed to join back in, but I gotta go and grab something from my grandmother real quick. So I'll be right back. But that's a good question for everybody. Would you rather have a pause button on your life or a rewind button? I want to know. We'll be right back. Anyone who's in that room, do feel free to join in the next one. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I'm back. It's not time for Country Roads. It's time to answer the question. Let's see. Rewind would be great for those moments when you're like, I could have said that better. Rewind, become the best poker player ever. Rewind, become the best player of any game. Having a rewind button would allow me to fix mistakes. It would change the outcome of my life. Currently, I would rather be able to pause to think about situations in the moment, to make good choices. 0 HP, I got sniped, better take a different route. New Year's, drinking only my glass of champagne, but also my little sister's. It is not time. It is not time for Country Roads. So, theory regarding Zelda series, each Deathlink has, as the player goes through the game, is technically canon. He just learns on the next go round. See, for me, like, you want to be real? I'd rather have a rewind button. Now, why is that? Because pausing, yes, I can pause. I can pause for any situation. But here's the question. What can I do when the situation is paused? Can I move? And can I affect things around me when I pause things? And if I can affect things that are around me when I pause, what good is that going to do to affect the outcome of the situation? Rewinding, as long as I get to keep the knowledge of the event that just transpired and gives me hindsight, it essentially gives me the superpower of hindsight. And with hindsight, I can fix what's currently going on. It's like even a little a little rewind button. Like, I'm not even talking like something that's like rewind to all the way back to when I was a child, so I remember to not do this or not do that or da-da. No, I'm talking about like a rewind function that could only rewind 5 minutes. The amount of shit you can change in 5 minutes because you can just, like, you made a poor choice, wrong decision, wrong action. Like, a rewind feature would allow me to do that. A pause feature means I still probably have to live with the actions that I have done. If I say something wrong and I fuck up, like, yeah, I can pause to try to think of a better way to say something. But I still said it. They know I still said it. It's still there. That instance is still set in stone. I get time to change things around because I can better predict a better outcome for later. But in being able to rewind, I can change the outcome. I can re-roll the outcome. I like the possibility of better being able to re-roll the action than to pause it, be stuck with the action. Because if you're like, okay, you pause and you're in an unwinnable situation. Well, you paused. The situation, like, even if you think through it enough to find out there's still no way to win it, what do? It's like, especially like if the pause function only works for you and say you can't move other people around or things around, like say you pause because you pause because you're trying to save someone from a situation, but you pause too late, what do? They're still going to get hit by the truck. Granted, you can still mess this up with a rewind function. Like, some things will be set in stone with a rewind function. It'll be something you just won't be fast enough to rewind for, especially if it has like a time frame of like 5 minutes. I played Life is Strange. No thank you, rewind power. I mean, like, there's going to be like pros and cons to each one. It's like you can only rewind so far for it to actually make a difference. And if you rewind too far, you may make too big of a difference and erase something that you want. With a limited time frame rewind, you still could rewind too far and mess up the outcome that you wanted. Like, there's a reason why we are not born with time manipulation abilities, aside from the fact of it just being scientifically impossible. There's a reason why we don't have that, is because, like, there would be so much shit we would still fuck up. Oh, tequila, that's one I haven't really touched, knowing I can't hold much. Saying about 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila floor just made me nope out. I mean, like, tequila can be so much fun. Vodka I can drink. I drink more whiskey than vodka, but I've had plenty of vodka. I prefer to go with rum in a lot of cases, though. After we head off, good night, take care, have a wonderful night, dude. But yeah, like, a pause function I would feel more stuck with. I mean, there's tons of stuff you can do with a pause function, but I could see myself being able, like, pause functions seem to be able to be used more nefariously. I mean, they can both be used for the equal amounts nefariously, but like pause function just seems to like leave me with a more nefarious mindset. It's like I could pause this and walk in and out of somewhere where the item I want, no one would ever know. You know, shit like that. I think Splatoon's like one of the few games I haven't tried while drinking. But have a good night, dude. So what is your poison of choice, Kame? What's everyone's, what, like, if you drink, which is completely fine if you don't. There's no shame or shade if you don't. But if you do, what is your drink of choice usually? I know mine and Kyle's both seem to be rum. like Mizu's immediate go-tos like Jack and Coke. Either Jack and Coke or a White Russian. Those are the two she goes for. And if you are drinking tonight, make sure you drink responsibly, peeps. So for Seagrams or Smirnoff drinks, I like the fruity ones. The fruity ones are always good. They taste good. There's one guy I like to watch, and I've made a few of his drinks over time. The Sin City bartender. He does nerd-themed alcoholic beverages. He makes some good shit. He's worth subscribing to if you haven't subscribed to it. Rum is a nice one. Lots of good mixing, fruity, minty, etc. By comparison, not much of a fan of whiskey. For me, it depends on what I'm mixing with whiskey. Like, and one of my favorite ones to mix, one of my favorite whiskeys to mix anything with is Fireball, which is one of those either you love it or you hate it. GG. But yeah, no, rum pairs real well with a lot of shit. Also, of anything with apple, like I love Angry Orchard. I will knock a lot of that back really fast. I have to be careful when I buy that. So yes, drink responsibly. I've had a whole one drink and now I'm sipping water. I wasn't getting on to you about it. I'm just saying, like, to anybody else thinking like grabbing alcohol at night, just like drink responsibly. I always try to state that if I know peeps are drinking that night. Husband is slowly getting used to it. I actually have something I need to grab. I'll have to run really fast to grab it after this match. What is up, Razorly? How are you? I hope you are well, friendo. Yeah, it's in the other room. I know where it is. At least I think I do. How you doing, Ray? I hope you're well. I hope you're having a good day / night. But no, I've got something for the D&D nerds tonight. Oh, I was really glad it won't actually just shoot you off the edge there, because that would have sucked. Choking and drinking tonight. Dangerous combo in the wrong hands. What you drinking on? I always fear when I say that people are gonna think I'm being preachy. I'm not trying to be. I'm just like, I'll make sure you don't die. Be a little bit early on the raid, but we appreciate early peeps, we appreciate late peeps, we appreciate all peeps. How do you do? Welcome. I'm trying to die. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. No dying. Come on! Hello! How are you, my friend. I hope you are well. Welcome, Raiders. Also, hello, MT. Oh. Coming up. Ow. Doing pretty good. Ranch. What on earth is ranch water? That's a new one to me. Spent 2 hours on Mario Kart World. My hands hurt. I love Mario Kart World. How have you been enjoying it? We played it the last 2 days. We got a lot more of it coming. Just, I wanted to test out how Splatoon was running. Ooh. Polly there did not want a cracker. Polly wanted my ass. Ow! I watched the RE9 trailer like 12 times this past year. I've watched at least 6 times. I am so excited for that. I'm so excited for that. GG! And thank you for the link to our lovely Raider Shaman. Peeps, if you haven't gone and checked out Gamers Haven, they're probably one of the funniest streamers on this whole damn platform. The hell are you doing? Get over there, go click the buttons, go say hello, and go see what's up. Sorry for reading and running, but I need sleep. Have a good stream. You have a wonderful night, Suzuki. Keep going, give it like 2 seconds. It's gonna actually load into the next match. I gotta grab some. Y'all be entertained by this. Y'all be entertained by this. I'm back. I'll find it in a bit. I have a thing, speaking of like alcoholic beverages and food and things, I have a thing that I've got to show you guys. I just gotta remember how I put it. Some of my friends wound up with 2 Switch 2s. One is Mario Kart version. Ow! Chat kills zombies! Not. Mario Kart version, the other is base. We have yet to find out if he got charged twice or if it was just an error. I hope he didn't get charged twice. That would be insane. Well, whichever one wasn't the one, Jesus Christ. Whichever one wasn't the one he ordered, he needs to make sure he doesn't use it, because that way he can return it if he needs to, like they demand it back. Like if they charge him for the second one, if he wants the refund on it, he'll have to make sure he hasn't used it. Offer him $525 if he did get charged for a second one, or $400 if he didn't get charged for a second one. I mean, honestly, sounds fair. Jesus. There's so much targeting shit. What is this? Chill. Jesus. Let's see. But now, how have you been, Gamers Haven, aka Kumo? How have things been going for you, my friend? GG! Think about giving Slipgate 2 a try? What is Slipgate 2? And let's see, wrench water, that can be two things. One thing gross, or normal water from a wrench. I mean, I would assume it's something else entirely from those two. But no, what is wrench water? I am confused. Just got my Switch 2 today, so was excited to play. Completely understand. I have been living on my Switch 2 right now, so I completely understand. But GG! But no, what is Slipgate 2? I'm excited for Resident Evil 9. We are getting that. That is going to be a thing. I am going to play that. I'm probably going to replay the other remakes. Well, I mean, 9's not a remake, but I'm probably going to replay at least the remakes and 7 and 8 before 9 comes out. Doing the glitch? Wait, which glitch? Are you talking about the jump glitch? The ink surge glitch? I've got to go off a few times, but I'm not great with it. Ranch water is an alcoholic seltzer water with a twist of lime. It is a 4.1 drink. Oh, interesting. Oop. GG! Splatoon 2 is an arena-style FPS that has portals. Ooh, now that sounds like it'd be fun to play. What's that on? GG! GG peeps! But now, come on, what are you most excited for on the Switch 2 right now? What are you excited to see come out? What are you excited to play next? I really want to play the new Donkey Kong game. Just Mario Kart World? There's got to be other things. PC, I think, console, it's F2P, so take it with a grain of salt. GameCube stuff. Wait, you're not like excited for like the new Donkey Kong that's coming out next month, or the new Metroid that's coming out, or anything like that? Don't get me wrong, I'm excited for GameCube stuff. I want more GameCube stuff because all we got are 3 games right now. But I like playing Soul Calibur. No. I wanted to get the other ones ported over, yeah, because all we got ported over was Metroid Prime 1 for the original Switch. For the new Hyrule Warriors. That one looks like it's really gonna be good. Cyberpunk on Switch is full cartridge. I want to play Cyberpunk on Switch so bad. Ow, I didn't see it until the other one. Need to get down the stick movement motion for a little movement thing. if you're trying to get Cyberpunk will run on the original Switch. It's not powerful enough. It'll run on the Switch too. So if you're getting it for Cyberpunk, you need to get it for that. If you're getting it for Metroid, yeah, the original Switch will run Metroid. They're putting the original Switch on, or they're putting the Metroid on the original Switch. GG. Are you talking about for like the right stick? It's so bad that round. If you're doing it for Metroid, yeah, honestly, like if Metroid's like your big game, I would definitely say an OLED would be fine. Actually, I had another friend whose main game they wanted, the only game they wanted really was Metroid, the new Metroid game. And they had an original Switch. I was like, yo, like, I know they keep advertising for Switch 2, but it's coming out on Switch 1 as well, same day. Just get it for this, and if you decide to upgrade later, you can just upgrade your copy of the game to the new version. Because it'll be like a $20 upgrade. Yeah, that's definitely what you need to do for aiming, is the right stick for big movement. So yeah, that's accurate. That is absolutely correct. Myself into a corner. I thought I threw my bomb, but I didn't. He threw his. There's only full physical games out on Switch now. If you buy the Switch 2 edition of either the Zelda games, they're like anything by Nintendo, like Zelda, Kirby, Donkey Kong, all of them, they're going to be full cartridge. It's going to be mostly third party, you'll see be partial cartridge. Which is why I'm so happy to see Cyberpunk being full on cartridge. We've been overrun. GG. Yeah, there are a few others, but the ones that are mostly made by Nintendo. GG. That was a rough one. Let's see. Let's go for this and this. And this. Oh yeah, there are only like two. I mean, there are only like two actual like new on launch day Switch titles. There's only like there's only two games that came out brand new to Switch, and that would be Mario Kart World Tour and Deltarune. Those are the only ones that came out like on launch that were new on launch. Already had a physical release. Deltarune did not have a physical release yet. It launched same day. But it's a digital only game, so it doesn't have a full physical cartridge. No ink to go off of. See, Pug, Izzy, Janine, Mixel T, Rachel, Fisherman, Fuzzy, Sauce, Razor, Cuddle Bunny, and Cole all got new memberships. Get some hearts in the chat. I hella appreciate you. Thank you. Holy shit. Hearts in the chat. Didn't have to do that, but I hella appreciate it. Beep. Holy Christ. But thank you very much. I hella fucking appreciate that. Holy shit. Thank you. Holy hell! Let me see if I can do it. You know what? Since Razorly's done so, let's do this. I can also do a thing. To celebrate such kindness for Razorly, I'm going to give some memberships out too. Again, thank you very much, Ray. I hella appreciate that. Above came from. And 5 more. Ow. Eep. Ow. And it's still missing. But no, seriously, Ray, I hella appreciate that. Thank you a fuck time. Fuck time. It was where I was drinking tonight. Ow, couldn't do both of them there. Have an original YouTube account before Google? Really? I do remember the old YouTube accounts before the Google thing took over. Because the Google thing took over, I made 2 new accounts because I hadn't done much with my original. Ow. GG! But I didn't know they restricted peeps. I didn't know they restricted peeps who had an older account from like actually getting memberships. That seems so weird. GG peeps. Had so much going on there. I need to try to find that thing. I can't remember what I did with it. It's gonna bother me because I do have a thing I want to show you guys. I may take a small break in a second and go find it because I have an idea where it's at. But I could have sworn I brought it in here yesterday when I picked it up. And apparently, very raw. Trips me out. once it merged, for some reason, it considers the universal account as a business account. So YouTube wants the meme to forever live on. That's what it is, Hawkeye. That's so weird though, because like I know that if you like make content, if you make content, once they monetize you, they start to classify you as a business account. Ow. Too low, I hit the ground in front of you. Sub accounts can receive subs, but my main can't. That's so weird. Jesus. So great. And I'd have to turn it on for my main. That's just weird. Gee. Yo, what's up, Fuzzy? How's it going? How do you do, friendo? I hope you are well. Yeah, you were gifted a membership by Ray. Go with that. Goes being lazy. I feel that. I want a lazy day soon. I feel like I need one. Bath time bucket. This will be your last match. All right. After this match, we'll probably break room for a second because I'm going to go and check on Grandma real quick and check for something else real quick at the same time. Bath. Ow. was reading volume 11 of Campfire Cooking, saw a notification. Then after our little break, you're going to want to stick around. I have something you may be interested in. It involves cooking. I'm reading He Who Kills Monsters. That sounds familiar. I think I may have heard that through one of my feeds or one of the YouTube shorts people I watch. Got him. Bought Spider-Man 2 this afternoon. Got to pick it up in the morning. Was surprised it marked down to 40. Ooh. I need to try to get a copy of Spider-Man 2 for PS5 because I haven't played that one. Played Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales, but I haven't played the other. Sometimes I could hit under that, but apparently I couldn't right then and there. So much back here that needs to be covered. Saw it marked down at Target a couple days ago, but was sold out when I went today. Looked online on Walmart and it was marked down there. Ooh. GG peeps! Alright, we're gonna do a quick room break on this one because I've got to go check on my grandmother real quick, as well as I got to go try to grab something for you guys real quick that I think you guys will thoroughly enjoy. But GG peeps! Everybody, wait right here. I'll be right back. If you like cooking, you're definitely going to be here for this. If I can remember where I put it, I'll be right back. Well, shit. I guess along with my sanity, I have misplaced the thing. That bothers me profusely. I have a thing that I will show y'all probably next stream, because I guarantee you I'll find it by the next one. I acquired a new cooking item. I got a deck called the Deck of Many Morsels. It's a D&D cookbook, but it's not a cookbook. It's like a deck of many things, but it's a deck of many foods. And I meant to show it to y'all yesterday, but I forgot because I got distracted. So now I gotta remember where the hell I put the damn thing. But we caught it on sale yesterday for like 18 bucks. I was like, that's the best shit ever. It has like all sorts of different like recipes. It's got like food, it's got like entrees, dinners, it's got snacks, it's got lots of different drinks. Like it's nuts. It's very like intensive. And all the recipes are on cards. And it's got a great presentation. It looks nice. It reads nice. I'll have to find it. It is bothering me to no end that I have misplaced it. I bet you Mizu knows exactly where it is, but Mizu is taking a nap right now. So I can't ask her where it's at this moment. Alright. I think the room's about to reset. So we'll wait out the room reset real quick. But yeah, it's incredibly. That's why I got super excited for it. Just monetary rewards. But yeah, no, it's hella neat. Like, look it up. Like, we weren't sure if we were going to get it yesterday. We were at the Michael's craft store yesterday because Mizu needed some yarn for a commission. And we found it there, and we found it for like 18 bucks. And I went and looked, and I was like, well, it's here at Michael's, so it might be actually cheaper online. I go looking for this shit online, and pricing for this damn thing is all over the fucking place, if you can find it. A shoe, I don't know. Like that. Shirt, I don't know. That. There's not many items I don't own anymore. Big run. Eat nothing but ramen for the rest of the month. I gotta switch 2 on launch day. Time to eat nothing but ramen for the rest of the month. Lord, I feel that. I feel that hardcore. Happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Month indeed. Oh. But no, it's really neat. I was thoroughly enjoying reading through it. Saw a bunch of geeky cookbooks at Ollie's. You might be interested in some of them. I might need to go there. I haven't been there in a hot minute. But I love me some geeky cookbooks. Like, right next to me, I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 4 different Star Wars cookbooks. I've got the Fallout cookbook, the Alien cookbook, the Hocus Pocus cookbook, the Night for Christmas cookbook, the Five Nights at Freddy's cookbook, the Ninja Turtles pizza cookbook, the Lilo and Stitch official cookbook, the Sonic the Hedgehog cookbook, 3 different Disney Park cookbooks, and then I've got the Deck of Many Things cooking cards, or Deck of Many Morsels. I need to get the other 2 actual D&D cookbooks. There's a lot of nerdy cookbooks I want. I have an Amazon wish list that is damn near a mile long of geeky cookbooks that I want. the airport. I've only been in there once. We got some cool stuff last time we were in there, but I have to like be careful going in there because I'll spend money. And spending money is not great. It hurts the pocketbook. But yeah, no, like the drink recipes alone in this cookbook are like freaking phenomenal. Like I was like, holy shit. I was thoroughly surprised by it. It's like I can see someone just making a cooking channel off of nothing but like randomly choosing cards out of the deck of many morsels on the regular. Something there yesterday after work. I know a lot of people like to go in there for collectibles. The Pink Ranger car I have here, and maybe y'all can see it in the chatting screen. The big Pink Ranger car I've got here, it's covered up by the awning here, but I also have a Yellow Ranger car that's similar to the Pink Ranger one right here. We found both those at Ollie's and grabbed those. Have to go now because I have work later today. I understand that. We probably don't have too many more rounds in us tonight anyway, because I would like to eat again before bed. Last time I was in Ollie's, I had to stop myself because like they had a bunch of like reprints of old Goosebumps books, and I was going to buy them all so like I could let my nephews and my niece read them when they are over here. But like by the time I was done picking up books, like I'd picked up almost like $200 worth of books. I was like, put some of these back. I had to put some of them back. It gets real bad real fast. Three puzzle from Molnir yesterday. Oh, my nephew. I know that. I think I know the 3D puzzle you're talking about. My nephew has that one. It's actually a good quality build when you put it together. Is the room going to reset? I could have sworn it resets at 1 a.m. I may be wrong? Yep, there it is. Just a little behind. It does bother me though that I don't know where the hell I put that. That's gonna bug me until I can figure out what I did with it. But have a good night, Nettie, and I hope you have a good day at work tomorrow. Oh, I can do this trick. I'm trying to turn too early. I'm trying to turn too late. I can do the trick. I've done it before. I can do the trick. I've done it before. Or, no, I'm not wearing Ninja Squid, so I can obviously still do it. Because they're supposed to have neutrino wand from Ghostbusters, but the local stores haven't gotten them. Oh. That kind of surprises me they got something like that. I can do this trick. I've done it. I just did it a second ago. Why can't I do it on the regular? What the hell? Trick you're trying to do? Okay, so Splatoon, you can do this. Right? You can do what's called a squid roll. Or it's actually called an ink surge, but a lot of people just call it the squid roll. So you can do that, right? You can do it when you're in ink, and only when you're in ink. Right? You're not supposed to be able to do it on dry surfaces. But there's been a glitch lately where people have discovered they can do it on dry surfaces. I've done it a couple times, but my muscle memory for that technique just isn't down packed the way it should be. And it only works if you're playing on Switch 2, which is what we're doing. Exploiting a glitches against TOS. None of them just doing it in the lobby. They're not really exploiting it. I'm just saying it can be done. What? There it goes. Why are we telling people to go cry to their mother? What's going on? Totally out of ink. Trying to see if I get to go off consistently. Does work. Kind of. That makes that more consistent, though. Thank you, Fuzzy. That's made that a fuck ton more consistent. What the fuck? That's the most I've ever done that in a row. Thank you, Fuzzy. I appreciate that. Yep. Now, if only I can get to it out of it. I've been making that so much more difficult on myself all this time. See, it's getting the timing down for it because, like, you get used to... Because I used to do it all the time anyway, just because I've played Splatoon for so long. But I've been doing it apparently the hard way for fucking ever. Have a good night. I'm gonna read a little more, then head to bed. Hope to hit up the buffet in the morning for a brunch of bacon. A brunch of bacon? That sounds amazing. Just be careful, the Nintendo ninjas might come to your house and break your kneecaps. No! Not my kneecaps! I need those! Should you talk to the Fuzzy on Twitch? for the help of the thing, yes, but I also appreciate you, Fuzzy, and I hope that you have a good night, and I am also interested in a brunch of bacon. That just sounds neat. Come on now. Try something real quick. Change grip order real quick. Let's just have a different controller. That's a little bit easier. Okay. Yeah, got a few more rounds of this night, so let's go ahead and knock them out. Golden Corral opens at 9 on weekends and breakfast buffet until 11. Ooh. Or I ain't been to breakfast. I ain't been to breakfast. I haven't been to breakfast in a long time. I haven't been to a Golden Corral in years. Full imagine folks filing reports, not understanding what's going on if it happens while in an online match. Oh yeah, absolutely. Wait, what? Only local is one here in my city. It's about a mile from my house. I know the one you're talking about. I am helping. Oh, they finally got me. Laughing at the irony of Nintendo emulating their own software. Yeah, I found it to be a little funny too. GG! Nintendo rebranded the N64 to Nintendo Classics. It used to say online. Did it used to say online? I know there's two like N64 things you can download. Because they've got the one that's normal and they got the one that's rated M for mature for games like Turok. I think it's Turok and Perfect Dark are on that one. Don't quote me, I could be very wrong on that one. Oh, lots of peeps. We has a fuzzy. Eat. And I just got like super got onto somebody for that fuzzy. The quote unquote pay to win confirmed thing. I had to completely dig into somebody on that one earlier today. So you sometimes momentarily swim on a wall that's uninked if you roll onto it. I haven't seen that happen yet. A DVD. Oh, we already got a DC. Well. Actually, you changed my gear. Controller just started acting up. The hell? Is my controller battery low? It would not let me change my gear. What the fuck? It's not the gear I want. This is definitely not good for what I'm doing. Oh, we gotta fight some kid. Oh no. bath time. Yeah. And instead I took a bath. Splatoon doesn't like my internet. You just get yeeted, Fuzzy? Now it hates me for 10 minutes. I hate that. Because of updating Fortnite, I forgot I started that update. Yeah, that might do it. GG. I'm sad because today they brought back some of the skins I wanted for like the last few they were going to do for Star Wars today, and I'm all out of V-Bucks. Okay, but a 10-minute ban after 1 DC, that's ridiculous. It is. I've hated like their how they treat DC's policy, because like you can't tell if it's your internet or if it's them half the time. Here this time. Something's like, it works fine in a normal game, but like something's acting up with my controller in this mode. Like it's running like in molasses. We'll play the Rivals Auto Battler mode for the meantime. Yeah, see, like, no problem here. Everything works just fine. Everything moves just fine. I gotta change gear and it loses its damn mind. I thought that was a song with all the peeps sounded like sensors for my swearing, trying to figure out motion. Hey, what? Did you get a chance to try it? I find it really fun, but it's quite lengthy, lasting average 40 minutes. I haven't yet. I was going to try it out tomorrow because I'm off tomorrow. Well, I say I'm off tomorrow, but I actually got a lot of stuff I got to build to make up for the time I missed this week trying to build stuff. Sadly, it's a one-person mode unless you do a custom match against others, and it fills the rest of the players with bots if there isn't a player. Weird. Beth. so much death that just happened there. GG! If you're on after 10 p.m., I'd be down to VC and watch you play guide you a little because it's not the most self-explanatory thing. There's a lot of random stuff on the screen. Well, we'll see how it goes. GG! I got another 2 matches in me, guys, before I gotta get a snack and go to bed. Mitchell was going to mess around with motion controls earlier. I've been cursing, swearing a bit because I'm missing. In the match before last, I had a song playing that had a lot of peeps that sounded like censored bleeps. Thought it was funny, that's all. Ah, also GG. GG indeed. Sorry, like, my brain's kind of fried. It's been kind of a rough day with Grandma today, so my brain's just like all over the place. And my comprehension rate is lower than normal. And there goes to the DC. Well. That's how I would have counted my 2 matches thing towards everybody, don't worry. Yeah, whenever I get into this menu, my controller decides it's gonna lose its shit. Close enough. DCs of the West. That's my name, Sleaze. Why would you name yourself Sleaze? That's a fast sniper. What is going on? Ah! Nintendo, what the fuck, my dude? Is that song again? Is it DC? Yeah, it always sounds like there is someone like cussing it as being censored. I don't get what's up with that song. So everyone download that new Fortnite update. I hope I'm not. I don't want to be a DC charmer. I want people to play with me. That's why I do this. Watch out. No one else helping this person? Ow. He rolled right into me and got me. GG! Splat! There we go. I did really well that match. All right, this should be the last one. Dooby-dooby-doo. I'm fighting both Doug and Kami. I'm gonna die. Well, squid bag people. Sushi's being kind of douchey there, man. I don't think it was enough, but we're gonna see how far that got me. GG! Hell, looks like y'all got it. But GG's all the same. Okay, so that's gonna be the last one for the night, because I need a snack. I need a nap. I gotta do all the things. But GG's peeps. Tonight has been fun. I do think that we've got a pretty good answer on if the Switch 2 gives some performance improvement on Splatoon, which it does. It's way better for dealing with lag, especially like when you're playing something like Salmon Run, because Salmon Run's like got enemies spawning in constantly, non-stop. Crazy Taxi is on mobile, free, super fun game. I used to love Crazy Taxi back on the Dreamcast. They show Discord, by the way. I saw it after I started stream, which means I can't do anything about it until like after stream. But no, it's been fun. It's been a good night. Saturday night, which means tomorrow's Sunday. I'm off tomorrow and Monday, so just letting y'all know that I'm going to be off. That's going to be the main thing. It's going to be off. I'm going to be off those 2 days. Which means I'm going to be working on stuff. Hopefully get some stuff done and finished for you guys. Next week, we're going to start with Deltarune. And we're going to play through it. We're going to start at the beginning of Deltarune and go all the way through chapters 1 through 4. Sure, both in Google Play and Apple Store. Sega gonna listen soon. I'm gonna have to grab it. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead though and call it here for the night because I'm tired. I'm hungry, very hungry, and I'm very tired. Yes, next week's gonna start Deltarune. We should be able to beat Deltarune in about the time frame of next week, and then after that, we're going to the week after start either Breath of the Wild or Bravely Default. I'm going to take a poll on that one to kind of see where peeps stand on that one, so peeps want to see first, because I am going to play both. I'm just not sure which one I want to do first. But I'm going to go ahead and call it here. It's going to be kind of a short outro here. It's going to be all that good jazz, because I'm fading fast. But as y'all know, this has been Always Good. I'm your coffee fuel, gingerbread, undead. This has been more Splatoon 3, this time on the Switch 2, where we've seen some massive improvements. Remember to take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and as always, pleasant nightmares, peeps.